State of the game. This is a GOAT game. Like, seriously, one of my favorite games. This is like one of the best games ever. I just kind of wanted to do a state of the game and how I feel like everybody who's at least kind of decent feels about the game. So let's be honest, if you're not at least kind of decent. Alright, anyway. Invis Rogue. Invis Rogue into Double Strike. SDF is bad. So right here I'm just reading directly off my notes. Like, this game is literally the best game I ever played in my entire life. So in the background, yeah, there's just like gameplay stuff happening. So like watch. Or not. Oop, I got it destroyed. I talked to a couple streamers and stuff before. You know, I wanted to get some real feedback because I really didn't have much to go off of. You know, if this video is still going, the fact that the video is going this long, this is awesome. You know, no cuts, we're doing good. This is perfect. You know, we probably will have to do a cut here soon or something. Anyway, Rogue is the problem. Okay, so I mean, I played HR 30 minutes ago. While I was creating this video, I had just played HR. I'm going in no kit, you know, whatever. Well, I had a kit at first. I was playing Warlock, and I just got freaking Wizard. A Wizard got me, and then I like ran away. I mean, that was fine or whatever. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. I was playing HR. You know what? We're probably gonna cut this off. Alright, that's fine. Okay, we're probably gonna cut out some of that. It's fine. It's whatever. But the story, I do want to tell the story. I was playing HR, chased by a Wiz. Got me like 25% HP. You know, I have like 3 million MDR. Hit me a couple times. I ran like bridge. I ran like on the left side of the wall, like where you can get on the side of the wall and then get to the door and like go through there. Did that. Ran around the map. Anyway, I just ran away. Wiz goes. You know, we completely get away from each other. Whatever. I eventually just died to a double strike rogue anyway. You know what I mean? Full HP. You know, fully ready. It doesn't even matter. Like, I'm just dead. I don't even know how this is like. Like, am I gonna have to do this all again? Alright. So, GOAT game. Best game I've ever played. I talked to the real Zing. He said, rogues are getting free 30% armor pin. So, you know, I was gonna try that today, but I decided I'll make this video first. Free 30% armor pin without even build. You don't even have to like want armor pin. You can build 30% armor pin. You don't have to build for armor pin and you can get 30% armor pin is like what he's saying. Urban Gent with 6k hours. You know, he's saying problems are still the same. Minor content changes. Teamers. I mean, exactly. Like, as a person with the same amount of, you know, not 6k hours, but I definitely have a decent amount of hours. I agree with him completely. You know, problems still the same. You know, the problems have gotten better. Paul has done a great job. Paul is great. I do agree with that. I don't know. It's just like SDF. There's just so much stuff like he did wrong and just left such a mark. Like, it's just really hard. Like, this game is so good. It's still here in SDF. Oh god. Doesn't even. I'm done. Don't talk about that guy. Teamers, minor content updates. Maybe if we get some more content updates, less teamers, that could be a huge W. I think that'd be great. That'd be great. Spotty RNG. I actually don't even. You know, I don't want to be so negative about the game. I love the game, but it's just the truth. Spotty RNG. I mean, I can kind of relate with that. Like, you know, it just feels like it's somewhere. Like, he was doing Blade Hand. He was doing Blade Hand right now, and he was like, you know, he never gets anything good off that boss, and I completely get that. Bossing is fun. You know, everybody, you know, people have their niches of what they like. You know, some people just want to boss, some people just want to pile farm, get their money. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't even know if this video will go out. I don't know. I think it's fine. You know, just I think it'd be good to keep this video out because it's gonna. What it's gonna do? It's advertising the game. It's telling people about the game. I mean, if you want to know some more stuff, maybe I can get more into details. I feel like writing notes this time really helped. I was actually able to say some stuff. We have 5 minutes of so let's see. Okay, whatever. That's it. Okay, so I ended up talking to Falkland Mage. Man, oh man, is this guy? Hey, I talked to this guy before. I like this guy a lot. I can't lie. This guy, he makes like. You ever talk to that person who just makes your day better? LMAO. This guy has a lot of good points though, and he's like, so in depth. Nah, he reminds me of myself for real. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, one point he had was invis pots. It's like if you're playing any kite class and the other team has invis pots, it's just over. And I mean, that's just so true. Like going through a door or anything, it's just raps. Like, bruh. Like, bro. And then they're like, you can imagine a bard or something like baiting you with the surf bow. Into the door. They're just looking at you just like they want to fight so bad. They're just like baiting the shit out of you. Oh god, Jesus. No, that's cringe as fuck. Nah, I agree for real. Let's see here. Falkland mate. Surf bow ranger, invis rogue, and surf bow ranger in like base kit trios. I guess he was also talking about. He plays like EU, so it's like super comp. So the invis pots was definitely about like geared gameplay. But I think he was just talking about like the serve bow when you're just playing Squire to Riches and invis rogue and stuff. Like when you're just playing Squire to Riches, how impressive it is. And just the serve bow in general. He just thinks the serve bow literally just needs to be removed. And I find that valid because the recurve bow and the long bow, they definitely add, at least they give that retarded amount of damage that Ranger does. At least that gives that some skill, So I agree. He says in EU a problem is Buffball Druid. I don't see any of that. I'm in NA. Yeah. He says surf bow needs to be deleted, so that's awesome. Talking to Falkland was awesome. Like, just gives me way too many ideas. I don't even know what else to say. Honestly, I mean, we're good. Like, so, I mean, I talked about what Urban Gent said. I mean, I think we're pretty much done. Like, there's a lot of video left. Trying to see if there's some shit I can make up, really. Maybe we can just pause it here. Let me see if there's anything I can find. Okay, so I mean, there's not really much else I could find. Like, I wanted to make this a video on, the state of the game. Not necessarily every problem with the game. So, I just wanted to make some points and things people are like, streamers, things people who play the game every single day are like complaining about, and I know as a person who plays the game a lot that these are some big problems. Like, they're so worried about this and that, they're so worried about Paul does this, Paul does that, FPS does this, that, blah blah blah. We're literally telling you what's wrong with the game, and we want like a little bit more content here, blah blah blah, this, do that, like, bro, just listen, bro, just listen. Alright. So I think that's it. I mean, there's some. I'm doing something in this video, that's for sure. Like, let's see what I'm doing here. Yeah, they're over there. I'm not healing. Oh, I got a shot off. Yeah. I mean, we're just playing with this guy. He has some good dodges there. It doesn't really matter. Maybe we just commentate the rest of this. Low key. Well, I'm just trying to see what happens next, honestly. Is it even interesting? Doesn't look like it. Just getting some stuff. Do I remember this game? Wizard, Druid. Well, I do remember the fact that my teammates were awesome this game. You just having good teammates in this game is just awesome. Like, you see my comms are off. I guess I could explain that, right? You see my comms are off. My comms are off because people are just immediately toxic or nice. You know what I mean? There's really no in between. It's just, and it's so funny because once you get older, you realize they're just showing themselves. They're just trying to show who they really are. Like, so I just turn it off because it's like I am making a play. Like, I'm going to make a play so that we can get an advantage. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily that I'm off doing solo things. I'm just saying, like, that's something they'll say when you're, like, have your mic off, you know what I mean? It's like... But it definitely depends on what class you're on, you know? I'm on a fighter, so... I'm in front. They should really just kind of be following me, you know, if I'm a fighter. Like...
Stop!
Every game kind of has, like, the same rules. Fighter's low-key kind of boring though, but I do know how to play it really well, you know. It's just PDR just does something to me, you know. I don't know what to say. Cook. This dude's scared for his life. Look at him. Why are you so deep in that door, buddy? No, that was good. That was good. Let me just comment the rest of this. I mean, like, I low-key want to put some music. It's whatever, bro. I'm done. Maybe put a little beat bop at the end of this.
Blocked on everything, bitch, I said bye. Yeah, feeling my swag, yeah, I swear it's my day.